Good morning and welcome to GrainTV for June 7th, 2012. To my right is Cody Bills and I'm Brock Shimbano. Today is Thursday, so that gives us the USDA's latest export sales report.
That's right, corn came in low side of analyst expectations. Let's take a look at the number, 251,000 metric tons. Beans, 220,000 metric tons. That's solid old crop sales and will move us ahead in terms of meeting USDA forecasts for exports. And wheat came in at 30,000 metric tons. No big surprise, obviously, because that marketing year ended. The new one began June 1st. Let's take a look at the weekly progress here for corn. We're behind pace 26 million bushels. We had another week sales this week, and that helped us decline 2 million bushels. Really, the last 5 weeks we've come in, we've failed to be able to meet any kind of seasonally strong export sales, and that's been hurting us in terms of meeting USDA expectations. Let's take a look at beans. Just a completely different story here. We're ahead of pace 43 million bushels. The last 2 weeks have been about what we typically see seasonally, and that has helped us to increase 2 million bushels right there. So just the bottom line, beans is well ahead of pace, and it's very good this year.
We have seen beans continue to be well ahead of pace, and next week we get June's installment of the USDA WASDE report. Do you think we're going to see some revisions to the export sales expected for the United States?
Absolutely. Like I said, we've already booked the sales needed to meet USDA forecasts, and now we're 43 million bushels ahead of pace. We continue to see relatively strong sales. Inspections, grain inspections, are now running ahead of pace. So I think that there's no reason why the USDA wouldn't continue to revise that up. They've done it in the last 2 reports. I think they're going to do it again in this report.
Something that might be a counterpoint is that China's National Grain and Oil Center Information Center came out this morning and said that their May imports were actually running a little bit behind of what they were expecting by about 1.2 million metric tons. And they expect July to September time period to actually run behind as well. Do you think that's going to be factored in on Tuesday?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that what we do know is that grain inspections is now running ahead of pace, and that's the actual inspections that's leaving the U.S. So yes, maybe China is running a little bit behind, but the inspections here for the U.S. is running ahead of pace. I think we also know that this morning China cut their key interest rate 25 basis points, and for anyone that follows markets, you know that when basis points are cut, typically that frees up a lot of money. That's going to help commodities, and corn and soybeans are big commodities for China.
Well, I guess we'll see how this pans out next Tuesday. Make sure you follow us on Twitter to get updates next Tuesday on the USDA WASDE report. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we're going to come back and check out the live markets.
GrainHedge is more than just futures trading. Clients receive our cash grain optimizer showing spot and forward bids within 200 miles of your farm. We take into account your trucking costs to find your best selling opportunity. We provide in-depth basis mapping, historical basis and cash price charting. Every day we show you your best price and if it meets your profit goals. Contact GrainHedge today to get started.
Welcome back to GrainTV. The markets are open in Chicago, so let's turn over to FireTip trading software for the live quotes. Old crop corn is up 4.5 cents. New crop up 10.25 cents. Old crop beans up 26.5. New crop up 30.75. Wheat in Chicago up 8.5, and Kansas City wheat following along up 1.75 cents.
Brock, soybeans up 26 in the old crop for that July contract. 2 days it's been leading the market to the upside. How much higher can it go?
You know, I think we're going to meet some resistance here, Cody. If you take a look at this chart here on FireTip, the trend line that you're looking at is drawn off the lows it made in early December. I think we're going to meet some resistance in the 14.14, 14.15 area. And then we also have that 50-day moving average actually hanging over our heads as well. So I think that's going to provide a little bit of resistance in the near term, but longer term outlook is looking pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, in terms of the fundamentals here, the stars seem to be aligning for beans. We got strong export sales. We have some strikes out of Argentina. The dollar is pulling back right now. We got a little bit of optimism over in the EU, not a lot, but just a little bit. That's a glimmer of hope. And of course, China lowered their interest rates this morning. So fundamentally, the picture for beans, I think, is looking pretty good. And we still have tighter old crop stocks there. And so the bottom line here is that there's a good chance we find a little bit of technical resistance up around this level. And like we did back in mid-May when we touched on it, we retraced. I think there's a good chance we find resistance here. Maybe we retrace a little bit, but there's a good chance we make another run up here to that 14.50, maybe even 15 level.
Make sure you follow us on Twitter, at GrainTV is where you can find us. Give us a call at 877-472-4607. and have a great rest of your Thursday.